Who hasn't fantasized about being able to detach a hand, hurl it at a distant item, grab it, and have it within reach in a moment by summoning one's limb back to oneself? Another Fisherman's Tale is ready to give your request via virtual reality magic. This sequel to A Fisherman's Tale, a 2019 VR puzzle game, isn't afraid to deviate from its original formula in order to tell a fresh story, with more riddles and a stronger connection to reality. This game, developed by Innerspace VR and published by Vertigo Games, expands on what was done well in the previous episode by adding more layers and emotional depth. Following the concerns levied at the previous title's movement system, the developer has done an amazing job of making the gaming experience fluid and virtually completely free of features that can cause nausea. In this Another Fisherman's Tale review, we will discuss the developer's novel puzzle-solving approaches as well as the touching story that you may experience in virtual reality. This game, once again, analyzes the relationship between what is big and what is small by utilizing the realm of modeling to tell the story of individual progress and the relationship with the past. The ability to throw both hands and head around the game area to reach distant items, alter your point of view, and explore the surroundings in new ways is the key feature of Another Fisherman's Tale level. As soon as you begin playing, you will find yourself stranded on a deserted island, and you will have to piece your body back together in order to save yourself. Bob, the series protagonist, can launch and remotely control his hands, which, owing to the long rope, grab what he desires and return it to him. So you'll begin reconstructing your legs and body in order to leave that lost cave. The second and third crucial tools for growth are already available a few minutes after you start the game: the claw and the grappling hook. After bartering with an old opponent, you can exchange one of your hands for a crab claw to cut ropes and open unknown doors. Or after discovering the death of an old adventure buddy, you can take his hook and use it to climb rocky walls and other buildings. It is even feasible to equip two hooks and climb in VR for short periods of time to reach higher heights. Each level is on rails, and explorability is limited, but if you are stopped in front of a puzzle for a few minutes, the game delivers helpful clues and tips. Even if the hand controls when it lands away from the body aren't immediately intuitive, we loved the limb-throwing mechanism for grabbing goods and unlocking doors. In fact, to move it, you must first orient it by twisting the controller and then push it forward by pushing the relative trigger. The mechanism to launch Bob's head, which is crucial for some puzzles and entertaining for others, impressed us most with its activation method. In order to detach it and pull it someplace, you must aim with your gaze and guide its course by moving your head. There is a magnetic system that helps a lot to reach the correct destination in the puzzles where this mechanic is important, but if you want to use it in the rest of the world, prepare to practice. Nina, the protagonist's daughter, is the true protagonist of Another Fisherman's Tale. We see her, after the first level, engaged in what appears to be a move, surrounded by boxes full of her father's models, accompanied with photographs and notes. We can now grasp the fairy tale tone with which she has accompanied us up to this point. In reality, as you play, you will hear a background conversation between Bob and a little girl who asks him for additional information on his wild stories of sailing experiences. Bob narrates what is happening and, together with the player, explains the logic behind the puzzle you are facing. The two worlds then collide in the second level, because, spoiler alert, you will find yourself playing not in Nina's memoirs, but in the model that she is packing in the cellar. At one point, you'll notice Bob stepping out of the model for a split second and finding himself surrounded by scissors. The conflict between Nina's adult present and playful past is evident in Another Fisherman's Tale, which is quietly finished in 5 to 6 hours, and the narrative uses this friction between light-heartedness and responsibilities to leave you with a strong message when you put down the controllers and take off your headset. Bob also tells his daughter a story within the fairy tale about the search for Libertalia. This mythological island kingdom built by the pirate Henry Avery, those who played Uncharted 4 will recognize it, is supposed to have the enormous treasure of the numerous pirate lords who founded it to escape the oppression of the late 1600s absolute monarchy. Bob, like any genuine sailor, is dead set on finding her. This adventure takes him to battle pirates and sea creatures and, when combined with Nina's happenings, balances the protagonist's extremely adult difficulties with the joy of a fairy tale.